Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Starfield and I'm an autism mom. I just started this channel because I'm looking to connect and encourage and just to find friends on the YouTube platform that are moms just like me. So if you're an autism mom and you would love to connect, please subscribe to my channel and we can navigate through this thing called autism together. Stay tuned. Hey guys, hey, it's Starfield, your autism mommy, and I just wanted to come on and just encourage all of our parents out there, everybody that is going to be doing remote learning with their children, and just give you guys some hope. I know it's such a scary time right now for so many of us, especially when it comes down to sending our kids back to school. So I just wanted to come on and just tell you guys my story and kind of how we ended up ultimately taking charge of Gabriel's education. If this is your first time watching me, my son Gabriel was born at 1 pound 10 ounces. He was a micro preemie, and when he was around 2 years old, he was diagnosed with autism. He's 13 years old right now. He's nonverbal, and we continue to work with him every single day on his ADLs, his life skills, teaching him how to wash his hands, how to put his shoes on, how to pull his pants up and down. We want to make sure that he can be as independent as possible. So there's just a couple things I wanted to let you guys know that I've learned on my journey so far. And the number one thing is that you are qualified. I know that's the first thing that comes to our minds as parents when we are going to have to start instilling all this education into our kids that teachers were doing all along. And so we feel like we're not qualified because you don't have a teacher's degree. So because we don't have teacher's degrees, we feel like we're not qualified. So I want to let you guys know why you're qualified today, okay? So number one is you are qualified. Stop telling yourself that you're not qualified. I know our kids know how to use the computer better than we do, but I still want you to know that you're qualified because no one loves your kids more than you do. There's nobody out there in this world that loves your kids more than you do. And number two is that no one knows your kids better than you do. You know what they're good at already. You know their strengths. You know their weaknesses. You know if you don't hear them for a couple minutes, they're into something, okay? That's because you know your kids, all right? And number three is I want you guys to know that God is building your resume by you having this opportunity, this sacred time to be able to teach your kids. And so I want to just tell you guys a quick story. So when we finally did make the decision to take Gabriel from public school to a private school that we found, it was a totally non-traditional private school. It was like nothing I had ever seen before in my life. And the parents were really active in the school, and it was just so awesome, and it was so unique. And I felt like we weren't qualified, like how are we going to be able to instill this into these kids? And I want to let you guys know what happened. Gabriel grew more in that school, being in that non-traditional setting than being in all the traditional settings that he had been in the past. And that's because they were trying to make my apple an orange. I always say you can't make my apple an orange, okay? And so he grew so much in that setting, you guys. And we all grew. The whole family grew. As a matter of fact, they turned me into the Zumba instructor and had me teaching voice lessons to children with special needs. Well, you guys, I can't dance, okay? But I can sing. And so I had so much fun. It brought out so many gifts that were on the inside of me that were lying dormant, to be able to work with these children, to be able to teach them, to be able to see the smiles on their faces. And they didn't complain when I was doing Zumba all off beat. They just smiled and they loved it. They flourished, and we all flourished. So you having this opportunity is going to be God building your resume. And as a result of me working with those children in that environment, you guys, in that setting, it just set me up for the next couple years of my life. I went back to school, finished my degree in psychology and mass communications for nonprofit organizations, was able to in the next couple years start our own school. Me and a couple other parents, we started our own school for children with special needs. So you guys never know what God is setting you up for. And I was like, how could he use me to do something like this? Because I felt just like so many other people out there that I was not qualified, but I want you to know that you are qualified, okay? I want God to calm the raging sea that's going on the inside of you. You telling yourself you can't do this, how you don't know how you're going to make it through this school year. I just pray for peace right now over all of you parents and grandparents and anybody that has to do remote learning, that you just don't know how in the world are you going to make it. Well, you are going to make it, okay? And this is going to be a blessed year. This could end up being the best year your kids have ever had. They might learn so much more this year than they've ever learned before. And you know why they're going to learn so much more than they ever learned before? Is because you're taking a leap of faith. You're stepping out the box. You're changing the setting. You're changing you're changing the setting, and you're doing something that's totally outside the box, unconventional, okay? So I want to give you guys a couple of tips, because these tips could help you guys to make this process a little bit more seamless. Number one, you want to try to have an area in your house that your kids know when they come to this area, they are getting ready to do some work, okay? And that's what we had to do with Gabe. For the families that have children with special needs, you guys probably are right with me when we can say I've had therapists in and out of my home since Gabriel was 18 months old. We've had therapists coming in and out, in and out. The doors of the church are open. Okay, well, the doors of the house have been open it's just a revolving door of therapists. So we're used to people coming in. But you want to make sure that you have that little set area for them to come to. So when your child sits down at this table, they know, okay, it's work time. All right. For others, you might even have a specified computer. So when they utilize this computer, they know that this computer is the only one I get to utilize during school hours. I don't play my games on this computer. I don't watch my movies on this computer. This one is only for work. Okay, so they know that that one is only for their school time. If you're a family out there that has a child with special needs, another tip I would love to give you is for you to talk to your insurance company and find out what services are available for you. You might be able to qualify for more hours of ABA, for more hours of speech therapy, for more hours of occupational therapy. So this might be a great opportunity for you to be able to get some daytime hours or virtual hours where you guys can do some virtual things over the computer that you weren't able to do before when you were in a traditional setting. Number 5 is find a great curriculum for your children. If you're remote learning, find a great curriculum for your children. If you're remote learning, then and the schools are providing you with that, that's great. But don't stop there. You guys dig a little bit deeper. See if there's some aids or see if there's some other things that you can give them that can work in conjunction with what they're already getting. And if you have a child with special needs, there's so many different things that you can use. Some of the programs that we've used with Gabe have been Starfall on the iPad. I love that. Paid version of that, I think it's only $35 a year. Use the ACE curriculum, Accelerated Christian Education, and that's a great curriculum. And even though it's a little bit more advanced than where Gabriel is, we make it work for him. It has huge letters so he can visually see the letters. So we're able to modify the curriculum to work best for him. And even the Dollar Tree has workbooks and notebooks that you can go to and your children can work through, and you'll be able to actually see how much these kids know. That's so exciting to them, to be able to actually see what they're learning. And you know what? They'll be able to teach you how to use the computer better and the cell phone. You'll be able to pour into them all of the things that you know, all of your wisdom and everything that got you to this place in your life. For my families that have children with special needs, another thing that you're able to do is talk to your speech therapist, talk to your ABA therapist, and find out about communication devices. Gabriel has a communication device, which is basically the same as an iPad, but it's a bigger iPad, and it actually is able to talk. Since he's nonverbal, it talks for him when he pushes the button. And there's an app on there called Proloquo. I think it's a pretty expensive app. I'm not really for sure how much the app costs. But I know because he has special needs, the insurance paid for not just the iPad, they paid for the app, and they also paid for the iPad, they paid for the app, and they also paid for it to have a louder sound, and it has like a magnified sound on the back of it. So it's great. And another thing that you guys might want to look into is if you have a child with special needs. I know everybody doesn't have a child with special needs, but for those parents that do, it's a whole different journey for us. And so if you have a child that has special needs, not only look into getting that iPad, but also look into getting a modified bicycle. That's another thing that we have over here that we were able to get. And there's so many different programs and grants that you can qualify for to get a modified bicycle. But that has really helped us a lot during quarantine, because even though Gabriel hasn't been around people besides just our inner circle family members, we're able to go on bike rides and do singular activities like that he's able to get his physical therapy in. Okay, and that's a great form of physical education for them. So you're gonna have to create these opportunities, you guys, for your kids, because they're not going to be used to not having that recess. Okay, so what's going to be recess today? It might be running around the couch or running out in the backyard. If you don't have that, then you might have to run down the block and run back. But all those things can count as recess. Okay, this time really gives us parents an opportunity to think outside the box, to get more creative, to be more involved with our kids. It's a challenging time, but yet it has really united the families even more. I just felt led to come on here and share with you guys our journey from ultimately, taking Gabe out of the traditional school setting, putting him in an unconventional school setting where he really flourished and blossomed, and then being able to go back to school and finish my degree, meeting up with some of my dearest friends, and us partnering and starting our own school together. And when I tell you it's been a blessing, it has been such a blessing. And not only are we able to just continue to help other families that have children with special needs, but we are able to watch these kids grow and reach their highest heights, you guys. You can't put a price tag on that. Yes, you're going to be tired, y'all, because you feel like you're doing everything, because you're doing a lot. It's a lot of work to be the teacher, to be the mom, to change the diapers, to be the care. I mean, you got to be all, it's a lot of work, you guys. I'm not going to tell you that it's not. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's so rewarding when you know that you are playing such a huge part in your children's growth and their success. So I hope these 5 tips will help you guys to feel good about this time and not feel scared. I want you to feel optimistic. I don't want you to feel scared. I don't want you to feel worried. I want you to have the attitude going in that this is going to be the best year of their life, okay? And of your life too. Get excited about that, all right? So let me give you those 5 tips one more time. Number 1, you are qualified. And why are you qualified? Because nobody loves your kids more than you. Number 2, nobody knows your kids better than you do. Number 3, God is going to use this to build your resume. I don't care if you're a nurse. I don't care if you were a customer service rep. I don't care if you work in the drive-through. Guess what? You're going to be able to add teacher to your resume. Okay. So God is building your resume. Number four is know that there is so many different curriculum out there for families. And even if the school gives you a curriculum, you can tap into that, and then always try to find some additional things that can assist and even make that curriculum that much better. And number 5, you guys, number 5 is take advantage of finding out if there's any opportunities with your insurance companies for more therapy hours, any extra assistance that your child might have. If they qualify for speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, or ABA therapy, this would be a great time to add some additional hours so that you can work alongside those therapists, and they can be pouring into your kids as well through Zoom calls and individual therapy appointments, and they can really, really flourish like that, okay? And don't forget to ask about your bicycles and grants for bicycles in your area, and have your therapist to look into if your child qualifies for a communication device for my families that have children with special needs, okay? I hope you enter this year with optimism and hope, and I'm believing God with you and for you that this is going to be an amazing year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, because I have over 300 videos on my YouTube channel. Now, half of them are on weight loss, because I'm on my weight loss journey. And the other half, you guys, are on autism related activities, how we live our life with a child that has severe autism, how we taught Gabriel how to ride a bike, him learning how to swim, him riding the horse. I mean, you will see so many different videos on what it's been like in our life to have a child that has special needs. So I hope and pray that there's something here that will help you on your journey. And you guys be blessed. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like this autism awareness apparel I have on, this is the dress. I have leggings and I have the shirt that matches in our new line, and it's at www.imanautismmom.com or www.autismawarenessapparel.com. Okay, so I love y'all so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Since filming this video, I decided to start this new channel that's dedicated to helping other autism moms. So make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll link the link in the description for my other channel with great advice for autism parents.